We're all friends together at the end of every day, holding hands and remembering all the things we've had to say. We're all friends together, that's how we're gonna stay. Adios, mi amigo, luego me compadre. It's so good to have seen.
This is a very, very special night. I'm just on my way from the hospital in Dublin, and there isn't anybody that I would come out for tonight except the man that we're honouring on his 70th birthday, Jimmy O'Neill. Jimmy and Rose have been fans of mine down through the years, and they became friends. Like an awful lot of my fans always become my friends. And we're here tonight to honour him and surprise him. And once in everybody's lifetime, people come along that have a great significance in your life. And Jimmy and Rosie have been that to me, and their family indeed. I've got to know some of them, the two that are around here at home. I know them pretty good. But Jimmy is just a unique man, a very talented man, a man that you're drawn to. And I think I'm the only competition that Rosie has. So happy 70th birthday, Jimmy, and it's great to be here. Love you. Bye-bye.
We're all friends together at the end of every day, holding hands and remembering all the things we've had to say. We're all friends together, that's how we're gonna stay. Adios, mi amigo, luego me compadre. It's so good to have seen you all and enjoyed your company. Your smiling faces are all I need for a happy memory. May the sun shine on your journey home, wherever that may be, and the wings of time will bring you back soon safely here to me. We're all friends together at the end of every day, holding hands and remembering all the things we've had to say. We're all friends together, that's how we're gonna stay. Adios, mi amigo, luego me compadre. Let's remember all of our absent friends. They love to be here too. Not forgetting, but for the grace of God, they're only and you. So let's live each day as it were our last, hoping all our dreams come true. And the picture we have of tomorrow's world will soon come into view. We're all friends together at the end of every day, holding hands and remembering all the things we've had to say. We're all friends together, that's how we're
good crack anyway.
Here we go!
I feel I'm savvy now. I suppose to say a few words, am I? Yes! Well, I start off, I'll thank the management and staff for the lovely meal that they provided. And we had no waiting between courses, we were there as quick as we were ready for it. I thank everyone that came. It's nice to see them down through the years. Some of them I went to school with them. And some of them, like I walked with them down through the years. And some of them then, when I started farming myself, a lot of them helped me out, loads of machinery and this, that and the other. And then there was the people, local people who entertained me down through the years, both local and far away. Some film star says one time, when she woke up to a birthday party, she said, "Is this me wake on my birthday?" So I'm not that old. She was over 80. 50. And, I was told, when I think back on it, days off and on over the past few days. Only this evening, one of the people here said she was going to the hotel in Monaghan, Glencairn. She was going to enjoy, I think it was Jimmy Bumpy or someone else. So I must be maybe more attractive. I also welcome my cousins from Dublin and from Belfast and Enniskillen. I can never see them really only at funerals. It's nice to see them on a festive occasion. And still recognise me, so I mustn't have aged. What else? I'm doing this. I'm doing this what we call an impromptu speech. No previous practice or putting it together. But I should have been suspicious. Normally, I don't dress too well if it's sun and that. But I have this suit. It's the best one I have. But it's very blue in things. I talked to the bishop about it. It was left out to me this evening. And she got it cleaned apart and I go, I should have been suspicious. And what I did say about it, she kind of prevented me from wearing it. And I had the wrong idea I had was that she thought if I died that she'd have a decent suit. That's what it says. From this out, I think I'd rather have a son than a chance happened to me. I can think of nothing else. I played tricks on a good many people and said things about them and wrote rhymes about them over the years. So if I was caught tonight, well, I deserved it. People to blame were my daughter-in-law Paula and my charming wife. I can't see it here.
What's that?
8 years are sure enough. There once was a young man from the lane who never set foot on a plane. He has his own farm and Rosie on his arm. I tell you some more, let me explain. Years went by, as only he knows, where he met a young woman at one of her shows. He danced and he lived from dawn for the day. It was marvel, it was marvel. Hooray! Rosie was beside him. He's one of a kind. On his bicycle invention, he pedalled behind. Picking up spuds and loose women on the telly. He's into short skirts, but that's between me and you. It's 50 years on with Brendan, David, Carmel and Noel too. We all raise a glass of Bulmers from us to you. Remember now, Jimmy, never ever complaining. We, Daniel O, might invite you over to Spain. Happy birthday, Jimmy, from Patricia, the stripper. I'm going to tell a joke now. There was this, it's clean. There was this man and wife from Louth that went over to Galway, to the Connemara, and they were passing their time round, taking in the local beauty spots and all, but there was a man and wife and a few children. And the children saw this man on a kind of a rocky place, and he had a house with a big buck goat with the horns. And he was tapping his back and tapping his sides and rubbing them and all that. And one of the boys says to the mother, "The hell is he got that for? What's he doing?" And she says, "He's probably sizing him out to see is his skin big enough and ripe enough to make a bow on him." And the child accepted that all right. And they came back home on from their holidays. And a month or so after, the boy went into the mother, she was cooking breakfast, and he says, "Mammy, I think Daddy's thinking of making a bow out of the baby." I didn't think it was as well thought of. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the rest of the night. And we'll see you all again at something, maybe your own 70th party.
Happy birthday, dear Jimmy. Happy birthday to you.
I just put a little recitation together, just be tribute to Jimmy. Just here.
Go something like this.
Can you hear that?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Start off. I want to speak about a man you know right well.
who does a bit of farming. He does other things as well. He can write a poem about anything. He can also tell a story. So Jimmy O'Neill is that man from over in Ratory. We're here tonight to celebrate him reaching 7-0. Now that's fair mileage on their clock, the boy who does it show. Sure, I'm only joking. He looks so sweet and nifty. With that head of shining hair, she'd swear he wasn't 50. I've known Jimmy a long, long time. But I've worked for him over the years, had to harvest at his place and ours when the season would kick into gear. I drove barley and wheat out to Halfpenny's and oft times the odd load of oats. Jimmy kept filling the trailers and Halfpenny's kept loading the boats. That's the time he'd be very busy. He'd throw off the shirt and get into his shorts, and he'd drive the combine from dawn until dusk till he'd have goose pimples the size of big warts. Then he'd come into the house in the darkness and sit himself down at the table, and Rosie would get his tea ready and clean the chaff out of his navel. When the harvest was over, it was spud time, sure I would go there for the crack, and no matter how much spuds I gelled, I never seemed to have a pain in me back. For Jimmy told yardens and jokes that I laughed at much, I'd be shaken. And when Rosie would call us for dinner, so we'd eat all our cabbage and bacon. The hay time, it was a bit more stressful, trying to save it without the rain or the hail. And Jimmy would want near perfection, because he intended to sell every bale. The Northmen would soon come calling. Some would want the damn thing for half price. Well, you could see Jimmy's temper right. He'd say, get out and I won't tell you twice. Others would be more decent and Jimmy would strike up a deal and they'd come with their lorries and start loading. I wouldn't stop till they took every bale. Jimmy's a man of many talents, self-taught at every trade. No matter whatever you wanted, that man, he'd get the thing made. I often saw him as a smithy, as many a time I was sent, as my father would say, go up to Jimmy, straightening out bar that he bent. The bellows, the fire and the anvil were set up outside the back door, and Jimmy would hammer on tongs to perfection that bar he'd restore. He is a welder, a drill and a grinder. With Jimmy you'd never be stuck, and Rosie is always close by him, looking after the hens and the ducks. Jimmy has 3 able sons, Brendan and David and Noel, and he was always so proud of those boys every time he'd be calling the roll. Though Rosie once told me a story, she thought he drank nothing stronger than water, but he drank a whole bottle of whiskey the day she gave birth to their daughter. Rosie started her Christmas cooking, and she went to the press of a sudden. There the bottle lay empty, she had no whiskey to put in the pudding. Jimmy was once in hospital when a neighbour came in for a visit, and the first thing he said when he saw him, sure the track of you isn't in it. Well, Jimmy, he thought to himself, does he think I am not going to do? But when he was discharged soon after, he came home as good as brand new. Soon he was back on the tractor, and welding and drilling and stuff, and battering on the old anvil, smoothing out things to go rough. Now both of them like to go dancing. The blue room sometimes they'll go, and they'll hit the floor for a quick step, the old time as well as the slow. He may tell you that he cannot do it, but this I'll have you to know, you should see them 2 feet moving when the music it is by Margot. For she is his favourite singer, and Jimmy's her #1 fan. Sure, he has a big picture of Margot pinned up on the back of his van. Now, Margot drops in for a visit. Sure, they are the best of our buds, and she never leaves empty-handed. She gets her out by your pink spuds. Jimmy, he is a great reader. As the clergy were soon to find out, be it Christmas or winter or summer, Jimmy would always help out. When his turn comes round, he'll be there. His reading is always first class, and he'll always stand in for another if they don't turn up for the mass. His voice would reach every corner, the hard of hearing could hear every bit. So my mother would love to hear Jimmy, I can still hear him praising him yet. Jimmy attends lots of parties. He'd be there framed up like a rocket, and when called he'd spring to the stage and pull a paper from out of his pocket. Then he'd put on his glasses and the words would soon start to flow. So Kavanagh eats the words so wouldn't see the road that he'd go. He could pinpoint every movement of his victim he'd roast at a time, and he'd slag them and then he would praise them, and everything was put into rhyme. I once videoed a wedding the day that my sister got wed, and Jimmy was there as usual, and words from a paper he read. As I swung round the video camera and zoomed in the best that I could, so Jimmy was telling of a video man who filmed two ladies while nude. Now, I don't know to whom he was referring, but my face turned awfully red, and my hand on the camera started shaking, and two hairs stood up in my head. Now Jimmy, he also done acting. His managing this man cannot do. On the stage in Clint, he did many a stint and performed in other places too. He's wasting his time, people say. That man is acting so good, and with all that talent he has now, he should be out there in Hollywood. He's also a multi-instrumentalist, self-taught again, as you know. You should hear him play on the Jew's harp, the fiddle and the banjo. He can also play the tin whistle and rattle on the bodhrán, and he'll sing you a verse of a song whenever there's an earl sing along. Jimmy, he is a great neighbour, and no better than Rosie you'll get. They were always there for us when needed, since the first day that ever we met. Their family, they are an example. The boys I had mentioned before, and Carmen always has a big smile every time she opens the door. They've thrown this wonderful party. I hope Jimmy brought his dancing boots, because Patsy Fox is here with the banjo, with Kevin Conley, they are country roots. I will not detain you much longer, for then it will be time to go home. There's so much more I could tell you, maybe someday in some other poem. So tonight we're here celebrating, and the look in both of your eyes, for once we have you here speechless, we took you complete by surprise. And Jimmy, as you count all the candles, tally up all of the years, we wish you good health for many more to come, as we all raise our glass and say cheers.